Sydney is roaring back to life, and it could well be that we're starting to see the impact of that on the case numbers across the state. This road traffic data from TomTom shows us that congestion is coming back to Sydney. It may well be that pretty soon we start to see road traffic congestion above what we're used to seeing pre-pandemic. That's what we were looking at earlier this year as people were opting to drive rather than take the bus or the train. But those public transport routes, they're growing as well at the moment. This is the number of Opal Tapons across New South Wales each day. Before this latest lockdown, we were used to seeing more than 1.5 million Tapons on a weekday. That dropped to about 300,000 Tapons during the lockdown. And then the very day that the lockdown lifted, we've started to see those numbers increasing once again. Now, in terms of the case numbers in New South Wales, we've seen 2 days straight now with the numbers back up into the 300s. The overall trend line is still falling, but it's falling slower than it was last week. It's probably no coincidence that we're now about an incubation period since the first full weekend out of lockdown. Cases are falling everywhere in the state, but because they're falling faster in Sydney at the moment, regional New South Wales is making up more than a third of all of the state's cases. In terms of vaccination levels in the regions, first doses are actually looking pretty good at the moment. It's the second dose numbers that are still catching up. And hospitalisations are continuing to fall across New South Wales as well. And this is the chart that we're going to be watching with increasing intensity in the weeks to come. After all the modelling and debate, we're finally about to start to see what living with this virus actually looks like.